y'all. Welcome to the Dosage of Drea Show, episode 6.
Mm-hmm.
Today's dose is Life of an Independent Artist, part 2. So today's guest is independent artist Marquis Storm.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Marcus, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, so let's get straight into the question. So I know being an independent artist, it can come with a lot of challenges and obstacles and stuff. So how long have you been rapping?
Man, I've been rapping for a long time. I started doing this when I was 13.
Okay.
You know, I just started writing at first, but then I didn't start rapping and taking it serious until I was a freshman in college.
Oh, wow. So you were,
Yeah.
like, just doing it, like, was it something that was just fun, like, or you didn't know if you seriously wanted to do it, or, like...
No, I knew, but it was, like, in 7th grade. Like, I was, like, shielded off from, like, a lot of music, like, a lot of hip-hop music when I was growing up. Like, my parents were like, we're going to make sure that he doesn't listen to, like, this trash. And I was just...
they tried to, like, filter you a little bit,
yeah.
like, filter what you listen to and stuff.
Yeah,
That's understandable.
Yeah, but as soon as I got in middle school, it was over with. All right. As soon as I got a little dosage of Young Jeezy, I was like, oh no, it's over. I like
motivation.
this. Right. Motivation 101.
Right. So who or what inspired you?
Well, you're talking about like different artists that inspired me?
Anything. It could be like a cousin.
It was MTV, to be honest.
MTV.
And BET
MTV
and like
Jams and stuff.
Yeah, it was all that because I heard, as I said, after I heard a little Young Jeezy, I was like, oh no, we doing this.
Yeah, I used to listen to a lot of Young Jeezy too. Speaking of Young Jeezy, he's supposed to come on my show.
Really? Yeah. I might have to join you on that.
But yeah, so we gonna make it happen. But so okay, if you could collaborate with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be?
That's a good question.
And why?
Why? I got you. So can I give you top 5?
Okay, go ahead.
Common Sense, Talib Kweli, Pharrell,
Dope.
Drake, and Childish Gambino.
Okay, so is it a specific order or is it that just?
That's just a couple of them out of a ton of them.
Why Pharrell?
Pharrell, because he's probably one of the most creative, not just producers, but overall artists, like rappers, singers, songwriters that I've ever just encountered in my life. I grew up listening to him.
He is.
And like the way he just rap, he's just such a cool guy. Like,
I actually just made a tweet
different.
about that. I was saying we need another like Jay-Z and Pharrell collab type era. Like
we do.
Them change clothes, the excuse me, it's like they were just
right.
That was dope. Okay, so as an independent artist, what kind of challenges do you face?
You know, that's a good question. I actually encounter quite a few. Just the fact that people just having it's never been having people listen, because I make sure I come out with the best product possible that they can relate to. You know, but sometimes it's just like my hardest challenge is proving to myself that I can actually take it to the next level sometimes. Because sometimes like the only challenge you ever see if you just look in the mirror is yourself. You know, as independent artists, people don't realize how much power we have, especially when people like to hear what they hear. It's like they're gonna want to book you if you prove yourself to them.
Right.
You
know,
and
that's hard. Like, you know, without any like label or anything behind you, like it's just hard. Like doing everything yourself. So.
Right. But I mean, as long as you have the right team behind you.
That's the thing though. Like exactly, you have to find the right team, like especially like I said, independent artists, like everything is coming out of your pocket, but we're going to touch into that later. So okay, so do you find an imbalance like between like creating a work life with career, like okay, not work but like working a job? Do you feel like you can do both, like work a job and do this music stuff, or do you feel like sometimes you have to choose one or the other?
I've learned how to create a balance, and that took years. You know, I used to work in mental health. I was a case manager and a family advocate for kids.
Okay.
I'm now a banker, and I work in entertainment, so I make sure I have a balance. Like, I might get home and I'm tired, but I know I got to write these lyrics down, or else I won't get better as an artist. Or I got to get this content together for my podcast, or else it's not going to come out the way I want it to. You know, and
do you find a lot of controversy with that though? Like, do you ever question yourself? Like, do you feel like you're putting too much time into working a job, like a 9-to-5, versus your music career, or do you feel like you have created a good balance?
I've created I've created a good balance, but at the end of the day, this banking isn't going to be my end all be all.
Right.
My music is, and
right.
I know I'm going in the right direction with that, and I'm very confident with what I have.
Well, that's good. At least you're confident in what you do. That's important.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Because I was about to say, with my music, my next move has to be my best move.
For sure. Facts. So I'm assuming that you're your own PR, your own manager, your own label. How often do you find yourself learning to do things on your own, or picking and choosing between like one or the other? Like, do you ever feel like because this music shit is not cheap.
It's not.
It's not cheap. Like, I know from my husband, like, this shit is not cheap. So, how often do you find like, I'm gonna just do this myself, or you have to pick and choose, like, or I gotta either get this music video done or the photo shoot done, or I'm gonna drop this song. I can't do it all because that shit is costly.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you want the best product, you gotta use money. You gotta go to the right resources. And I'm doing this shit by myself all the time. Literally, I had a manager in the beginning of my career. Things didn't go too well, you know. Like Drake, I had trust issues ever since, you know. But it's just, but it's like I'm working on getting better. You know, I've been managing myself for about 11 years, and I've been able to do things that like a lot of artists have not been able to do, and I've been blessed to do it by the grace of God, you know.
So how important is it, speaking like of the team, how important is it for you to surround yourself with the right people, like having someone that has the same drive as you, or like the same vision as you, like, and are willing to help you, whether that being mentally or financially, because you need both. Like,
it's super important. It's super important. Like, literally, I look up to my squad. We all have the same vision. We all want to make it together, you know. And if we see any like chink in our armor or anything, we make sure we come back together and we glue it back together. So then we're all on the same page again.
For sure. Okay, so do you believe in a strategy? Like, when you're releasing music or videos, do you believe like it's important to strategize before you drop anything, or you just drop?
Yeah, it's very important to strategize. I believe in that, because like marketing is everything in this music game.
It is.
And in entertainment.
It is. I learned that because my major was journalism and promotional communication. So marketing with anything is important. So.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Okay, so when you don't reach the amount of streams or views that you would like to, or you feel like you should have reached, do you feel discouraged, or does that make you just want to move on and go to the next project?
No, that makes me want to push it even harder, you know, because it's just like a slow start isn't always a bad one,
right?
You know, because it gives you a chance to just think of more ideas.
For sure,
definitely.
Know. So yeah, just do you continue to push your old music though, even though it didn't do as well as you wanted to do?
Of course.
Or do you just say?
Of course. You know, because for all the old music, like if someone hasn't heard some of my old stuff, this gives me a chance to push it to them.
For sure.
Because it's going to be brand new to someone's ear.
Old to you, new to them, exactly. Like,
yeah.
Even like Lizzo, like what her breakthrough song was, that Truth Hurts. Like she said that song she wanted to give up. It didn't break through till 2 years after she put it out. So
right.
That's always inspiring. So I see you just performed at the Garage Shop.
Yes.
How was that?
It was amazing.
Was that your first time performing in a while, or do you perform consistently?
I perform consistently. I like to keep my skills sharpened. You know, iron sharpens iron at the end of the day.
No, seriously.
You know, and my thing is I just love performing. You know, I love just like interacting with the crowd, seeing how everybody's doing. Like sometimes I hope and pray that I get the quietest crowd ever.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why too. Because it's
oh my God.
It's because it's just like I want them to be like, we're not entertained, we're bored, and I'm just like, oh, you're bored? I bet you I'm gonna get you on your feet. You know,
okay.
And like I
want them to get hyped when you come.
Yeah, when I come, like, because my energy, I want my energy to exude through people.
Okay.
You know, and like I've been honing my craft of performing for years, because I used to be like, oh, what am I doing up here?
Right.
But then I realized I just got to be myself.
Yeah, see, that type of shit. Like, if I see I get what you're saying, though. That's a good way to think of it. Like, my husband performed somewhere, and I get what you're saying. Like, the crowd, it was kind of like, eh. Yeah. And then, like, it wasn't even his performance. So, like, when he was it was his song, but somebody was featured on it. So, like, when they just turn to his. I'm like, okay, that's what you want. I'll get what you're saying. So like, yeah, you want to turn that crowd up.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, do you mind if I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to see you until he performs. You know, I can't wait to see you on stage, bro. I was about to be sick.
No, for real. Yeah,
Appreciate
like.
that.
So I'm thinking like, how many performances do you do like in a month, or do you not? Is it not monthly? Like, is it just however they come, like sporadically?
It's like, so my thing is, as many performances that I do in a month. Like last year, I can give you an estimate. Like, so I did like 40 shows last year.
Okay.
And they would come sporadically because, of course, you know, I'm raising money to do what I need to do. You know, and I try to book as many as possible each month. You know.
Okay, so you're booking at different venues and stuff like that. Do you feel like even do you gain followers from this, or is it just like, have you left somewhere and people like, hey, what's your Instagram name or something like that? So it's just about networking and meeting people and just getting your music out there. Got you. Okay, so let's talk about like support from Cleveland. What do you think about that? I ask everyone that. I know everybody has a different take on it. Like, people feel like Cleveland is a hating city. Like, don't nobody show support. DJs don't play my music, stuff like that. So what's your take on that?
So I can never say DJs don't play my music, because I've had Incognito play my song before on 107.9, and I've had Chris Styles play my song Proof on WOVU.
DJ Chris Styles, yeah.
You know, but the love that's shown here, it's different. You know, I like, my thing is, when I say crabs and barrel mentality, a little bit, but that's just something we're still trying to shake till this day. You know, because I am starting to see more artists work together nowadays and trying to get out that mentality. Right. You know, so I can definitely support it. But it's just like, if you're not willing to put yourself out there, how's anybody gonna know about you?
How do you feel about supporting other artists from the city? Do you feel like money like the mission? No, I can't focus on other artists. Or do you believe in collaborating?
I believe in unity.
You believe in everybody needs to eat. Like,
yeah, no, I believe in that, because honestly, I feel like this, and I feel like it till this day. I feel like Cleveland, with all the artists we've had come out, especially hip hop, rock and roll, and jazz and all that, we should be bigger than Chicago right now, especially in rap and hip-hop.
I really agree with that too, because like, even I just interviewed Project Pat. That was my last interview, and he was just telling me like, Memphis is on right now.
Right,
like,
it is.
Memphis is on. Like, they coming together. They making this music. Like, even the legendary rappers from Memphis, they're supporting their upcoming rappers. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, I get what you're saying though. So do you feel like you need to leave Cleveland in order to be successful, or no?
Unfortunately, yeah.
You do? You feel like that?
Yeah, because it's like, and I will say, no one out hustles somebody than somebody from the Midwest or from Cleveland. You know, because we want to get heard, you know, especially if we feel like our voices aren't being heard. Right. You know, so yes.
Do you feel like your voice is being heard, or do you want it? Do you feel like it just needs to go further? Like,
I feel like it's being heard, you know, but I always want to take it farther. Like, I'm never satisfied ever. Okay. You know.
Got you. Okay, so let's talk about your podcast. So you have a podcast called Sip and Chill.
Yes, Sip and Chill podcast.
Okay, so how long have you had that podcast?
I've had that podcast for 3 years.
All right.
We're actually 2, but we're going on our 3-year anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
so what sparked an idea for you to come up with that?
So Sip and Chill actually came out of the blue during the height of the pandemic, when we were all just stuck inside, and it actually all started from like a mixtape EP release party. You know, I wanted people to listen to my new EP that was coming out called Love, Hate, Winter Break. Okay. You know, and when I had people come and listen to it, I was like, yo, bring your music too. We'll listen to your music as well. You know, people started sending me their stuff, like all these artists from Cleveland. And next thing you know, I just brought one on. I just started like asking him questions about the music scene and what he liked about it here and there, and what he wants to see from it. And then I was like, and then people were like, yo, that's dope. I like what you're doing there. You know, and I was like, we might actually have something. So I bring in one of my boys, Denzel the artist. Shout out to Denzel the artist, hailing all the way from Akron. I interview him, and next thing you know, that's when people started coming in. They were just like, is this a podcast?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope though. I like how you came in. So you basically came up with that during quarantine. So
yeah.
I like that, like kind of like how verses. That's why it's on live and stuff. You want to keep that live feeling going. Yeah. Like, okay, yeah, that's dope. So your theme song for that is that your song?
Yeah, it's my song, Proof.
Tell me about that song.
So Proof came out of nowhere as well, because I'm gonna be honest, that's one of my most popular songs as well. Basically it was
I like it though. I mean, cut you off, but it has like I like when I first heard it. I'm like, oh, this got an old school kind of vibe to it. I'm like, okay, it's kind of fun. I like this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So Proof basically is an old school type of vibe. It's basically about a guy. It's basically about a guy catching his girl in a lie, his ex-girl in a lie. And basically, like, where the proof at, where the truth at? A nigga right here, girl, you ain't about to do that, you know?
Yeah, I felt that when I heard it. I'm like, oh, this is some shit that could be on House Party or something.
Right, come on now, come on.
Yeah, that was dope though. But like, yeah, so I'm glad I was able to have you. I'm glad I was able to have you on my show.
Of course. Thank you. I
really appreciate you coming on here. I feel like when I heard, like I said, I heard a couple of your songs. I'm like, oh, he's dope. I'm like, he got a lot going on. He got a podcast. I got a podcast. So I really appreciate that. I respect your hustle, everything you're doing. Keep grinding.
Appreciate it.
And keep doing you. You're going to go somewhere.
Yeah. No, I definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that, and vice versa. Now I gotta bring you on mine.
For sure.
Look,
we're down. Valentine's Day special. Valentine's Day. Husband, we'll do it.
Hey, let's go. It's called Sip and Chill Date Night. All right. So
Sip and Chill Date Night.
I'm gonna need you and hubby to dress nice. 'Cause I'm gonna be rocking this suit. All right.
Got you.
Yeah, you gotta be rocking this suit.
I got you. So that concludes Dosage of Drea Show, episode 6. So stay tuned. I will drop Marquis Storm's information in the bio. I will drop YouTube channels, Instagrams, everything. Sip and Chill. What is it? Date night?
Yeah, Sip and Chill Date Night.
Okay.
February 15th.
You heard it straight out of his mouth.
So yeah.
So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any negative comments, they will be blocked.
Yes, sir. Y'all better not start that negative shit. Come on.